What is going on, guys? This is Jonathan Farrow coming back at you with another video. Super excited today. We're going to go over a complete start from scratch voice AI build out for the mortgage industry. I've been building out AI agents on GoHighLevel's platform now for just over, ever since they launched it. I believe in October this last year. We got a quick look on how to build things and been able to help build out a number of different bots. So I want to show you guys how to do it with the new features inside of GoHighLevel. It's very cool now because they do have what's called knowledge bases, which allow for us to essentially build and give our agent a knowledge base to work off of. So in this video, I'm going to cover how to build a voice agent and then also how to build a knowledge base. So the very first thing that we need to start with is we're going to navigate right here to the AI agents tab, and you will see right here that they have a number of different things. So we have voice AI agent, conversational AI, knowledge base. They have AI templates now that you could buy from other bot providers, and then also content AI. So very first thing that we need to do is we need to build a knowledge base for our agent to work off of. A knowledge base is again going to allow for us to give our agent as much information as possible, so that way we can essentially have it reference this and basically answer questions that we normally wouldn't be able to do with a prompt. So what we're going to do, typically this does appear first, so we have an existing knowledge base right here. You can either delete this or edit it. I'm going to go ahead and just edit it right here. And so from here, what we will see is we will rename this knowledge base for our mortgage bot. So I'm going to use Lila this time, Lila the mortgage agent, and my description will be Lila the mortgage agent for level up mortgage lending. Okay, that is my mortgage company. So again, I'm building this one as a sample for my mortgage company here. Click the save. Okay, so on the knowledge source, we have a couple of different things that we could do. As of right now, we can add a web crawler, which is what I'm going to be doing today, because that is going to crawl on my website. It's going to pull up all the list of FAQs, and it's going to essentially provide all the different resources for the knowledge base. We have our FAQ list, which is going to appear right here, and we also have tables. They don't have the ability to do this as of yet, so right now we're going to focus primarily on the web crawler, but there will be the ability to add like PDFs and guidelines and stuff, so there's some cool stuff coming up here pretty quick. So what we're going to do is navigate to add source, and we're going to click web crawler, and what I'll do is I'm actually going to open up my website right here. Okay, now this is extremely important. I'm going to copy the exact URL, and you'll notice that I even have the HTTPS. So when you're training a bot, you want to make sure that you have the exact URL. Don't type it in here. It's better to open it up in a search bar, pull that, and then grab that and put it into the system. So we're going to navigate here, add that, and we're going to click extract data. Okay. Now, what this will do is this is going to crawl on my website. It's going to take roughly about 5 minutes or so. I should have about anywhere from 60 to 120 FAQs depending on the size of the website. This is a 17-page website that I built that has a number of different items, so it's going to take a minute to crawl through it, but it's going to give me my list of FAQs inside of the system. Now, one of the things that I will let you know is when you're building a mortgage agent or when you're building an agent in general, it is extremely important that we have information about the company and that we don't go too crazy, because I was building some bots in the past that I was scraping like VA loan guidelines and all these other different places, and I was pulling in all these different data sources. What it does is it actually convolutes the data. So when you're building a bot, if you're building it for yourself, just make sure that you focus on like either your company. If you have a website, you add it here. Don't go too crazy. Don't go adding a bunch of different data sources, because like I said, that will convolute the data. Okay. So once this is done, we're going to go back to the AI agents tab. So we've created the knowledge base for Lila, and now we're going to go ahead and focus on voice AI. So I'll click on that, and you will see I have no agents. This is a brand new account. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to create an agent from scratch. And when I do that, I can create a custom agent. Okay. So from here, we're going to open up the agent details. Now you'll notice right here that that took me into the settings tab. That took me to knowledge base and voice AI agents. Those are grouped together. So we have conversation, knowledge base, and voice AI. that is inside of your settings tab. So typically you can access this from the settings tab. I just accessed it from the other one. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and put your agent name. So in this case, this one is going to be Lila. My business is Level Up Mortgage Lending. All right, we're going to use English language. I can choose my voice. I won't go into too much detail on voices, but you can choose whatever voice you want. There's quite a bit of them. You can also do a high quality only, which will provide you basically a list of the most recent ones from 11 Labs. Basically version 3, much better on the latency, sounds a lot better as well. You can also choose the accent as well, so that's pretty cool. You can kind of choose and pick and choose which ones you want. So if you're doing a Spanish bot, you can do a one that speaks English and Spanish. Just make sure that you take a look at the languages and you can kind of determine which one is a little bit better for you. Okay, so I'm going to stick with Jessica for now. Okay, and we're going to set for my time zone. And right now we can only do inbound calls. I know that they're talking about releasing outbound calls soon. I actually use a different bot provider for my outbound calls, but the premise of these bots are pretty similar. So as of right now, if you're building a bot inside of GoHighLevel, it's going to be an inbound bot only. Okay. So we have our agent initial message. So I like to customize this. I make this as customized as possible because I feel like it gets a little bit better results. So in this case, I'm going to be using this to replace my voicemail. And so this is going to be a bot specifically to replace the voicemail. So the initial call might be, hi, hey there, you've reached Level Up Mortgage Lending. Jonathan is in an appointment. How can I help you today? Something along those lines, right? So again, you can kind of customize this initial message as much as possible to what you want. Now, you can even go further, okay? So you'll see right here that we do have the custom value system. So what you could do is kind of customize these. So you can even say like, hey, full name, hey, first name, hey, whatever. So we can even go into some specific detail here down the line, okay? So just remember that that is available. We're gonna go ahead and click on the next tab. And right here we have our agent goals. Okay, so you'll see right here the very first thing that we have is a knowledge base. Now we've already built our knowledge base right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now remember, the knowledge base is pulling from my website, my mortgage website. So it's going to know everything from that we just scraped from my website. It's going to have all that. So if I talk about non-QM loans, if I talk about VA loans on my website, this agent is going to be equipped with that knowledge base. So again, when to use this, I typically leave this blank. I typically leave this as it is. They already have pre-prompted this for us. So again, it's extremely important to just take a look at that. Use this knowledge base when the user asks a question about the business or other relevant information that requires accessing the business wiki to provide accurate and up-to-date information. Again, VA mortgage loans are going to be put on my website. They'll now be put in my knowledge base. Okay. So one of the things that I do see people, like the quick and easy way is to just click this, right? So name, email, address, contacts issue. What I like to do is I like to switch it to advanced mode. And this is when we get the actual prompt itself. So you will see right here, here's our prompt, right? And it's okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's going to do the job. So ultimately, what we can do is when we click advanced mode, that adds this prompt section. So this prompt section is the most important piece, okay? How we prompt the AI agent is going to, um, honestly, it's going to be the most benefit for us. Like we're going to get a lot of benefits from prompting the agent, giving it specific information to talk about. So I have developed a prompt. I'm going to pull it up here real quick because I'm going to give this to you guys as well. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so this is a prompt that I use right here. And you'll see that this is a prompt that you would actually put into ChatGPT to create a prompt. Okay, so we're not actually using this as our specific prompt, but whenever I'm building out a voice agent, I'll actually take this particular prompt, put it into ChatGPT, and then tell ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok, whoever we're using, hey, I'm building out a voice agent. Here are the parameters that I need to have. Now, you will notice that I have a 2,000 word limit. that I would like for you to follow. This actually needs to be changed to characters, okay? Because if you notice right here on side of our prompt, I'm sorry, it does have words. Forget what I just said. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this prompt right here. Okay. We are going to go to handy dandy ChatGPT and we are going to say, hey chat, I am working on a new voice AI bot for level up mortgage lending. Okay. The bot's name is Lila. Here is some of the parameters that I need for you to follow. Okay, you can do a couple of different things too. So again, you could do like you are a world-class bot builder, you are a world-class you know, prompt builder for different bots, all that kind of stuff. So again, it's completely up to you with what you would want to do. I'm actually not logged into this browser, so let's go here. I'm going to move you back over here. There we go. Now we're ready. So ultimately what we'll do is we are going to take this prompt right here. We'll paste it in. So I would like your help writing a prompt for a voice AI for high level, right? So make sure this seems human-like, add emotions, funny, quirky, fun, right? We might change this based on what this is in particular. So in this case, I'm just going to click paste. I'll draft a 2,000 word inbound voice prompt for your bot Lila at Level Up Mortgage Lending following the prompt. Okay, so nothing prompts AI better than AI. It's extremely important that we utilize the tools and resources that we have made available to us. Whether or not you choose to use either ChatGPT, Grok has built me some awesome prompts. Gemini has built me some awesome prompts as well. So again, it's extremely important when you're taking a look at this, use the AI bot that you would like to utilize the most. I use ChatGPT for a lot. So again, before I dive in, do you want to make the assistance perform at fun? Nope, needs to be professional and I'll just do needs to be professional. There we go. Check this out. We got the whole thing. Update discovery questions to clarify buying or refinancing. Let's go. I like it. Fill the full 2,000 words. Okay, so this part is extremely important, what I'm about to tell you here. Okay, so the cool part is ChatGPT knows contact tokens. Okay, so what I mean by contact tokens, if you go to GoHighLevel, you will also see that part of your prompt, you can add, hey, full name, hey, first name, hey, email address. And if you go back to my prompt here real quick, it is extremely important to note that I am making sure that I have their information. Okay, so collecting information, request the caller's name, right? May I have your name, please? Well, guess what? I might already have their name. They might already be inside of my system. So fill the full 2,000 words. Important notes. Please use all relevant Go high level contact tokens. Important guardrails. The bot can only communicate about mortgage loans. It cannot go off topic. If the client asks for something unrelated to what the business offers, please redirect them politely back to the business topic. Okay. One other note in this section that asks for the confirmation of the email and the phone number. If you already have this information, do not ask it again. If you have their name, respond with hi contact dot name. How are you today? Right? So these are extremely important that we prompt our, when we're building our prompt, that we have this information in place, because this is what separates good AI bots from bad AI bots. Okay, so what ChatGPT 5 is going to do is you'll notice that it already knows GoHighLevel's contact tokens. Okay, we don't have to go in and start feeding all of this. So what we can do, let's just go ahead and make. I can copy paste, right? So by us doing this inside of the prompts where we are adding the specifics of the contact tokens, we're not going to have to go back in here and edit all of this. Okay, so as of right now, ChatGPT is building out our prompt. It is full 2,000 words. Okay, the prompt itself is going to have everything that I just asked it for. So I am Lila, the inbound voice assistant for Level Up Mortgage Lending. I'm here to professionally answer inbound calls, collect necessary information, and ensure every caller receives assistance with their mortgage lending needs. Okay, so we have a couple things. We have our persona, right? We have our objectives, and we have our instructions for handling the call, right? So again, this is literally building out a full 2,000 word prompt right here that we can then go ahead and utilize for the business. Okay, so discovery questions. This is where you guys can go ahead and edit some of these. So again, specific to what your business is. So it will literally ask these questions one at a time. Are you trying to buy or refinance a home? What state? What is the loan amount you're seeking? What is the current credit score? Okay, I would go one step further to, because what it's going to do is after it collects the name, phone number, and email, it will start going into these. So I would even say, like, before you begin, determine the reason for the call. And if the call is about a mortgage loan, then begin with the discovery questions. Again, we're giving it information on how to act and operate. Okay, so here we have right here a full prompt. Let's see how many words we got total. Do, 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 do. I bet you this is going to be over 2,000 words. I'm like 90% sure of it. So let's see. No, no, we got plenty right here. So again, we can further expand on this bot. So again, test, test, test. Everything's going to be based on your prompt. Okay. So take a look at all of these. Use the prompt to test and tweak the prompt. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click next because I want to save it, but I'm going to go actually back to the AI goals. Okay. So let's save right here. Let's go back to our agent list. We got Lila. Okay. Now you'll notice I'm back inside the builder right here. I can make any sort of my edits. I'm going to go back to agent goals, okay, because this is an extremely important part. Once we have a good prompt, right, once we have tested our prompt, we are going to set up what's called actions, okay? And this is where AI will get a little bit crazy, right? This is where the cool stuff is going to happen. So with this, we have actions. And so for instance, if I'm building this out for a mortgage company, there's a number of different things that I could do. So the very first action that I could set is what's called call transfer. Okay, so action name, transfer to Jonathan. Okay. Think of this as a receptionist, right? So if the bot is a receptionist bot, you might want to have multiple call transfer actions that could be set up. For instance, if you have replaced your receptionist, the front desk, and you would like to have a call bot field the calls and then transfer them to different departments. So for instance, transfer to Jonathan, transfer to Tyler, transfer to Judy, whoever, right? You can set multiple call transfer actions right here. So in this case, I would like to have a call transfer when the customer asks to speak to Jonathan. Okay, I'm going to put my direct number right here. So you'll see that the action name is called transfer to Jonathan. Here's my number. When should this call take place? When the customer wants to speak to Jonathan Farrell, initiate this action and transfer the call. Okay, again, I'm defining when this should take place. So what to say before transferring the call? Please wait. Let me try to connect you to Jonathan Farrell. Okay, so agent will say this. You can also hear a whisper message with the call summary on transfer. This is really cool. Basically what happens is becomes a warm transfer. The bot comes over the phone, says, hey, I got so-and-so on the phone. They're looking for a mortgage loan. Okay, great, transfer the call. Okay, so we will go ahead and save this action, and you will see that during the call, I have an action that is now set. Okay, now again, we can build a number of different actions from here. Okay, we can build a very vast number of different actions. Some of my other favorite actions to build, especially for a mortgage related bot, are sending a loan application. Okay, so for instance, if the customer calls and they would like to have a loan application sent to them, I can do that from a number of two ways. I can either trigger a workflow that I built out. So again, if you want to do a text and an email with the loan application link, you can trigger a workflow. Okay, if I would like to do send SMS, just make it super simple. So we're going to call this send Jonathan's loan application link. Okay, so message input. Now, the shorter the message, the better, right? So message input, hi contact name. Here is Jonathan's loan application link. Okay, and then I can go to like Arrive or whatever and pull my application link. Let's do that now. Here we go. Anybody wants to get a loan, go to this website. I'll get you a loan. So here is our application link. So this is going to then send a text. Here's Jonathan's loan application link. It's going to go to my Arrive link here. Okay. So when should this SMS delivery take place? When the customer would like to fill out an application online, send them this text message. Again, we're defining what action we would like to have take place. So, okay, one moment. I am sending you a text with Jonathan's loan application link. So, again, here's the text. When should this SMS delivery take place? We're defining the action and then what to say. So right now I have two actions that have been set up. So if I called this bot and said, hey, please transfer me to Jonathan, it would transfer to my cell phone number. If the bot, if somebody says I want to qualify and I would like a loan application link, this will send out with my loan application link. Okay, so you can build a number of different actions, guys. Take a look at this. This is extremely important. You could do during the call actions and also after the call action. So again, if you'd like to, you can have custom workflows. You could do a number of different things and build them inside of the system here. Okay, so a couple other things. This right here is an extremely important piece. So whenever somebody calls your bot, you can receive an email notification post call completion. Now, what this does is it sends you a full transcript of the call. Okay, it's awesome. It literally gives you a full transcript of the call. It can show you what the bot looked like, basically what the bot said, everything that the bot needs, or everything that you need to determine, okay, one, do I need to call this person back? Was this a junk call? Or two, what actually happened during the call? So it will send you what's called an AI call recap. You will see right here, I got a lot of mine. Okay, so here's my AI call recap right here. And let's go to Kevin right here. So Kevin called me. Kevin, you might be on this, watching this one day. The agent assisted Kevin with the CRM issue by collecting his contact information, ensuring Jonathan would call him back. So here's a complete call transcript right here. I can see what was said. I can gather all the information that I need to, and then I can basically call Kevin back and make sure that he's being taken care of. Okay, so that is what this is. We want to enable post-call completion and have that fire within the system here. Okay, so now that we have saved that, we can go ahead and move on to the next section, which is our phone and availability. Okay, now your agent is connected to a phone number. You must have a phone number in the system, otherwise the agent will remain in draft mode. Okay, so what you'll do is you can buy multiple phone numbers if you want. You can build multiple agents. And also, just so you know, you can build up to 20 agents inside of one account. Okay, so you can have a bot that is focused on FHA loans, refinance loans, uh, VA loans. You can build up to 20 agents inside of the system. Okay, I know of a gentleman who's built 10 bots. Each bot is trained on a specific program. He has a knowledge base for each of them, and that gets everything all set. So again, build your bots, guys. Take a look at it, customize it. You could do V1, V2. If you do it this way, you can also swap them out on the phone number. So let's say that you built one bot and it's generic and you want to swap it out down the line. All that you need to do is just select the phone number that it's associated to. Okay. Lastly, test, test, test. Okay. Extremely important to test with your bots. Okay. If you do something in the prompt, test with the bot. See what it sounds like. Okay. Because what will end up happening, guys, and I've seen this and I know this for certain, is I have different prompts. I have put different prompts into different voice bots and I did not test. Well, guess what? The first call that the customer made, the bot did not fire appropriately because it did not have the appropriate items inside of the prompt. So test your prompts, check these out, add your phone and availability, call the bot, do a test. You get 10 minutes per day to test your bot before you need to deploy it. Okay, and that's each day. So that refills every single day. So test and test often. Okay, extremely important, guys. So what I'll do is I'm going to upload this right now into the course. If I'll upload the prompts that I use, that way you guys can take a look at that. Happy making bots, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.